With the Smite 2 24/7 alpha release right around the corner and the ranked release coming out as well, I want to compare the old Smite Conquest rank designs, the Smite 1 ones, with the Smite 2 Conquest rank designs. So I just want to make a nice little tier list video on it. So here we're just going to have our standard S through D tier list, and we're going to have double S being the cleanest design out of all of these, and F being the absolute worst design out of all of these. So let's go ahead and get right into the video. So to start us off, no surprise here, the absolute worst design in the F rank is going to be the Smite Clay rank, which is the lowest rank, the starting rank for Smite 2 rank Conquest. So obviously, it's Clay, it's not going to have too much value. It is a cool symbolic rank, I think, like starting off at Clay kind of sounds funny in a sense, but I think it is going to have like the worst design or the least amount of detail out of all the ranks here listed, so it's going to go under F as the worst design. So next up under the D tier, we're going to have the bronze, silver, and gold from Smite 1. They just kind of look way too bulky to me. Not really too much design going on with them. Bronze actually I think does look a bit cooler than these two personally, but I'm still going to put it under the D tier just because it just doesn't have as much spice, I think, as the other ranks. And of course, bronze in Smite 2 as well as Smite 2 ranked also just doesn't really look that good. It just seems kind of boring. It's just like it's a little bit of a ruby symbol with a nice like brown color, but not too much going on really with it. So these are going to be my 4 for the D tier. So up next, we're going to have our C tier. First to start off, we're going to have Platinum from Smite 1. Again, you have that sort of same bulky design-ish. You also have the little arrowhead in the middle, but I do think there is a little bit more detail to it. You have some more coloring, and all around, I think it just looks cleaner. But also, we're going to have the gold and we're going to have the silver for Smite 2. So these do have a little bit more going for it than the bronze. You have these little arrowheads kind of pointing out to the left and to the right, and it just kind of looks a little bit better, a little bit cleaner, but again, it's C tier. It's not going to be like the best, right? It's going to look sort of basic. These are the lower ranks, so it's not meant to look like crazy cool, but it's better than the other ones. So that's going to be my C tier ranking. All right, so next up we have B tier. Now with B tier, I have Diamond and Masters from Smite 1. Both of these, they look a lot better than Bronze through Platinum to me. Diamond actually looks pretty decent. Masters looks a tad bit better, but again, it's still like kind of a bulky-ish design. I wasn't really the biggest fan of these ranks. Just climbing up, even the Masters looked a little weird, but nonetheless, they still look better than these, so that's why I have them up in B. And then also we have Platinum for Smite 2. This actually looks pretty cool. There's no rank hierarchy between these tiers, but if I were to say, I think that this one actually does look better, so if I were to put one, I would say this one goes here. But yeah, so these would be the B tier ranks. Okay, so now here we are to the A tier ranks. This is where it starts getting good, right? The designs start kind of popping out a bit more, at least for me. So the first one we have is Deity. This is going to be the highest rank that you can achieve in Smite 2 rank Conquest. So it's going to be pretty much the same as Grandmaster in Smite 1. I believe it's the top 100 players. So this is what the Deity symbol, the Grandmaster symbol, will look like in Smite 2. I think it looks really cool. It's got a lot of crystals popping out. Super sick design by them. I love the little lightning bolt that they have in the center. I think it just adds a lot of like flair to it. So I really like it. The next rank we actually have is Amber. Amber is actually the second highest rank you can achieve in Smite 2. So you start off at Clay over here, and then you can actually go up to Amber, which is the second rank. I actually, for some reason, like this design a lot. I like the coloring behind it. There's not too much going on. Like, at least with, Platinum, you have the little wings here. With these, you have, they kind of look like more stapled badges, I guess. But I don't know, Amber just has a really nice sound to it, and also just has nice coloring. So I like Amber. I put it up an A for that reason. Diamond also is the same exact reason. Diamond just looks like a much more buffed up version of, say, like Platinum and stuff like that. It's got more going on. I like the color blue. It's one of my favorite colors. So to me, like, Diamond just kind of suits the A tier. But these would be my A tier rankings: Deity, Amber, and Diamond for Smite 2. All right, and finally here's S and double S rank. Now, I just put these together because obviously if I just put them in S rank, you know what the final one is anyways. So these actually will have a bit of a hierarchy just because we're so high up here. But the first one for S is going to be Demigod, and this one is right under Deity. So this is pretty much the current Masters for Smite 1. And so I actually do think this is actually like probably the cleanest design out of all the ranks. Like, I actually like Demigod over Deity. I think there's like, you kind of see the evolution of these crystals kind of forming up, which is nice, like as you go through the ranks. And it doesn't like, there's not like too much going on. There's not like too much popping out like you would with Deity. So for me, and I also like the coloring, I think, a little bit more. So for me personally, I think Demigod just absolutely looks the coolest. So next up, we'll have Obsidian. Now, Obsidian is below Masters, and I'll actually have a chart top right so you guys can kind of see like the rank in orders. But Obsidian, I think, is actually like the second cleanest look, like right next to Demigod. I just like it. I like the way it looks. I like the purple coloring. It kind of looks like it's almost like they try to do like the old Master symbol almost, like in terms of the coloring, right? Because typically when you think about Masters in a video game, you think about like purple. And that's kind of like what Obsidian speaks out to me with. But it's not Masters, it's Obsidian. It's a rank below Masters. But yeah, I don't know. I just like it. I like the purple coloring. I think it looks super sick. And then you also have Masters here, which I also think looks really cool. In sort of like any order, for me, it would be Demigod, Obsidian, then Masters being my top 3 in Smite 2. And then finally, cleanest design. Gotta go with the OG Grandmaster symbol. I mean, this like high res was literally spot on with this symbol. I think this is one of the coolest symbols I've seen in any video game when it comes to ranks. In fact, I don't think I've seen a better one. High res did an absolute phenomenal job with it. The coloring is amazing. These sort of like aqua and whitish colors. The little sword towards the center, even like the bronze metal sort of branching out. Everything just looks really good. And you have little like particle effects here on the side as well. To sort of give it like a bit more of a flair. The whole thing just looks really clean. This is by far their best design, I think, that they ever could have done. So that's gonna be my tier list for the Smite 1 and Smite 2 Conquest ranks. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'd love to hear your thoughts too. Out of all these ranks, you know, which ones do you think look the coolest? Would you agree with me that the OG Smite Grandmaster one is double S or whatever the case? I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Until the next video, see ya.